Hey folks, it's brew day, but first I've got a package to open up from SS Brewtech. Move in close here. Now I ordered this a long time ago. I think I know what it is, but let's check it out and see. Packaging, SS Brewtech, yeah, I believe it's what I thought it was. Actually, two things that I thought it was. Some of them are on my brew year's resolutions to get. Here is a manifold, so I can maybe ditch that Blickman's auto sparge arm. Try this instead. The only thing I might not have is the tubing to connect it. So we may or may not be able to use this today. The second thing is more packaging. More packaging. All right, this is cool. It's the pressurized transfer kit for the Chronicle from SS Brewtech, and you can also use it on the brew bucket. It's got a tri-clamp for the top of the fermenter to attach your gas line, and there's a little pressure relief valve here. And it's got the tubing and the fittings you need to attach the fermenter out into your keg. So I can transfer beer from my fermenter to my keg and minimize the risk of oxidation. I'm really looking forward to using this. So there's the unboxing with all the new toys. Today I'm making Denny Conn's Rye IPA, one of my absolute favorites. It's brew day, so let's get going. So last spring and summer was the first brew season using my 3-vessel electric Herm system from High Gravity Brewing. And all last year I underlet my mash. Very quickly, that's having your strike water in your hot liquor tank, filling your mash tun with grains first before the water, and you underlet from the hot liquor tank through the ball valve on the mash tun and fill your mash tun with water from the bottom up. So this year I'm putting the underletting process on the back burner, and instead I've got water in my mash tun and I've got water in my hot liquor tank. A little over 6 gallons of mash water is what I need, and I've got plenty of water plus more for my sparge later. This is heating up to about 170. This water is circulating through the Herms coils and is picking up heat from the hot liquor tank and heating up the mash. As a matter of fact, I am right at my strike temperature right now, 164. So the next step is just to dough in. All right, I've turned the pump off to get this grain doughed in. I'll let the grain bed set before I turn the pump back on. All right, today's recipe is 11 pounds or 67.7% Maris Otter, 3 pounds or 18.5% Rye Malt, 1 pound 4 ounces or 7.7% Crystal 60, 8 ounces or 3.1% Carapils, and 8 ounces or 3.1% wheat malt. So after doughing in, temperature in the mash tun was just below my target of 152 degrees. It was right around 148, 149. Didn't take any time at all to reach 152. So that's a result. The only drawback that I've seen so far is that it takes a lot of time for the water in this mash tun to reach temperature in the first place. That's because the only way that this is being heated is by recirculating through the Herms coil in the hot liquor tank. All right, here's a step I'm still having some difficulty mastering, and that's balancing the flow from all three kettles to get a nice slow fly sparge. So I'm going to turn on the pump from the mash tun to the boil kettle. And I've got the pump almost wide open. And I'm using the ball valve on the mash tun to get a nice slow flow. Now I'm going to turn on the pump for the hot liquor tank and do pretty much the same. Okay, I think I've balanced the flow between the three kettles pretty well. At least from the mash tun to the boil kettle looks nice and slow. And look at that color. Isn't that beautiful? Well, the good news is that the sparge went fairly well. The bad news is that I got distracted looking for a spoon of all things. And while I was searching for that, I over-sparged, and I ended up with about a gallon more than I had planned for the boil. That's not why I'm doing this, by the way. I got lazy and didn't make a starter yesterday. So I'd already planned on making a Vitality starter. And this will be it right here. Okay, so I'm at my original boil volume, just under 9 gallons. And I'm going to start my boil timer and start adding my hop additions. I have 1 1/4 ounces of Mount Hood. I have 1.15 ounces of Columbus, and there's 1.16. Start my boil timer, and let's get back on track. So the big hiccup on brew day today was the over-sparging. I ended up with a gallon more than I intended. The way I fixed that was I just boiled for about 45-50 minutes or so and boiled that first gallon off until I was where I was supposed to be to begin with. And my post-boil gravity or pre-boil gravity at that point was just about right on where I was supposed to be. The recipe called for 1059 for a pre-boil gravity. After I got rid of that excess gallon, I was at 1057. So not too bad. It's Denny Conn's Rye IPA. Should have a alcohol by volume of 7.9% when all is said and done. Brew day is just about over. I still have to finish chilling. Got the chiller going now. Then I've got to put this in the fermenter and pitch my yeast, clean up, and I'll be done. First brew of the season 2020 in the books. And I still haven't found my damn spoon.